What sets apart a woman who is truly seeking to evolve at a soul level and come into higher consciousness from the woman who is running all around Robin Hood's barn, going from one spiritual practitioner to the next, getting one certification to the next, yet going deeper and deeper into delusion, all the while focusing on algorithms, becoming popular on the internet, and how she looks to other people. Or, if she isn't doing that, she is completely picking other women apart, finding fault with their spiritual beliefs and any message that they deliver. I'm Cynthia Greer. I am a spiritualist who works at the in-depth level of the soul. If you are new here and don't know me, I cover all aspects of spirituality to help you catapult into true higher consciousness by letting go of everything that is false and becoming authentic, bringing out the true self that is really inside. So, if you really do value what I am doing here, please like, subscribe, share, pass those messages down, as well as hit the notification button, because I am completely self-funded. Which brings me to the message of why that is, which is going to lead into everything else here. So, back in 2018, I had completed my book, Spiritually Single in Sickness and Health, A Woman's Guide to Healing at a Soul Level. It really wasn't a guidebook. It was more of a book of very deep messages about developing at a spiritual level as you handle the challenges that come your way in life. And I also shared quite a bit about myself. And as those of you who know me, who've known me for a long time, watch this channel, I am a cancer survivor, and I also was diagnosed with a terminal bone disease from the treatment, which of course is terminal if it is not treated properly. So I've written a number of books since then, and they're all out there in the descriptions box. But back in 2018, I decided I wanted to get a literary agent and go full scale with all of this. And I thought I probably won't get one on the first try, but I'm going to go ahead and go for it anyway. And the literary agent let me sit for several weeks. And I was to the point where I thought, I'm not going to hear back anything at all. Just forget it. And when I came to that point, I had this beautiful email that came to me. And she said, Cynthia, first of all, I want to tell you how wonderful your book really is. we've all read it, and we thought that it was very well done. But we couldn't sign you, even though we were days at the table going back and forth on this. And she said, I wanted you. I fought so hard for you. But the issue was that they didn't feel that we could find a house to publish your book because it's not something that would appeal to women at this point in time. And she said, my personal opinion is that before a woman ever picks up a book like this, she's going to have to be very desperate because she has suffered a lot. And that really struck a chord with me because I knew this woman was absolutely telling me the truth from the heart. So I made the decision to go for it on my own. And I knew I would make a lot of sacrifices financially. And I knew I would make very little on a material level. And that I would be really lucky if I broke even. But I was guided by Spirit to bring these messages out because so many of them are life-saving. They involve the fact that so many women die early death because they are not aware of what's going on truly inside of their bodies, let alone how to communicate with doctors in a very unfriendly patient environment. And as far as twin flames go, I knew that when it came time to publish those books, that was only going to appeal to a very specific audience. So I let Spirit guide me. I put my life in God's hands. And I continued to do what it is I do. And when I became more active on the internet, because, of course, that was the only way I could promote these books, of course, it drew people to me. And the interesting thing about it was most of the women that were drawn to me really saw it as an opportunity to cut me down and criticize me in a way that was not helpful. And two of the women I got to know really well. And I gave them copies of my book as a gift. And I said, I would really appreciate it if you could give me a review. And both of them personally called me to tell me how horrible and rotten the book was. And in very scornful, mocking laughter, told me I was so woo-hoo, I was so way out there, that nobody would ever be interested in reading this book, and that I needed to basically take it off the market. And I didn't argue the fact because I knew the exact level that these women were coming from. And I understood what they had fallen into and the delusion that they were living in, because if they were truly coming from a soul level, they would have gotten the messages. Because the big thing about me is I do not promote obsession. I do not promote willfulness. I don't promote forcing relationships if they are not meant to be. I'm all about releasing what you can't have in order to heal that issue, and by doing so, opening to what it is in life you are truly, truly from the heart meant to receive. When you get out of that stage of control and manipulation. But the spiritual community and the religious community, because it goes both ways here, are really all about what you have, what you have manifested. And this is the big message that is coming out. And when you are an author, a teacher, you are working at soul healing, true soul healing, you are now looked at as a failure if you are not expressing this big, beautiful lifestyle in an affluent area with the perfect mate and all of the material trappings to go along with it. Or if you are a single woman and is expressing perfection, not only physically, but materially as well. And these types of women, both in churches and both in the spiritual community, are the worst at communication. They are the ones who ghost. They are the ones who write horrific emails and tell you how far off base you are. They are the ones who will tell you, if they are Christian, that you are going straight to hell, that they are struggling with your beliefs, that they don't believe in what you're doing, all the while doing the most unethical, cruel practices and psychological gaslighting to other women that anyone could ever imagine. And then when you call them on it, they will text you and say, "I'm sorry you feel that way. Ladies, we are not anywhere close on this planet to where so many people in the spiritual genre think that we are. Basically, it's just the opposite. You can know anybody with the right AI. You can borrow somebody's house. You can borrow somebody's car. You can fake it all you want. But the truth wins overall. And my final message here is to those of you who watch this channel, who I have supported for many years, and you know who you are, who never give me a kind comment or a thumbs up or gee, Cynthia, that was a great video, who have written me emails on the sly and said, you're really angry. I felt a lot of anger with you. This isn't anger. This is truth. And for those I have backed up, you know on an inner level what you need to take a look at. Because it's a lie. You're not what you are professing to be. And I am at the point right now where I am fine with letting go. And after all, for those of you who believe in Jesus, at one point when he was teaching, he said he didn't come to bring peace. Well, what exactly does that mean? I didn't come to bring peace. I came to hold up the mirror. I wish you great love and many blessings on your path. Bye for now.